Hello everyone. Today, we're going to explore grammar and vocabulary functions. That may sound like a big topic, but don't worry, we'll take it step by step. We'll learn about the parts of speech, how to build sentences, and how to make our vocabulary bigger and better. By the end, you'll be able to write and speak more clearly and confidently. In English, words have different jobs. We call these jobs parts of speech. The three we'll focus on today are nouns, pronouns, and verbs. Nouns name things, pronouns take the place of nouns, and verbs show action or being. Let's start with nouns. A noun is a word that names a person, a place, a thing, or even an idea. For example, teacher is a person, park is a place, dog is a thing, and happiness is an idea. Nouns are everywhere because they are the names of everything around us. There are two main kinds of nouns, common nouns and proper nouns. Common nouns are general names like boy, city, or store. Proper nouns are special names, and they always begin with a capital letter, like Juan, Manila, or Jollibee. If I say, the boy is eating, that's a common noun. But if I say, Juan is eating, that's a proper noun. Nouns can be singular, meaning just one, or plural, meaning more than one. Most nouns become plural by adding s or e and s. For example, cat becomes cats, box becomes boxes. But some nouns change spelling, like child becoming children. Learning plurals helps us talk about more than one object correctly. Sometimes nouns show ownership. These are called possessive nouns. We use an apostrophe and s to show that something belongs to someone. For example, Maria's book means the book belongs to Maria. The dog's toy means the toy belongs to the dog. Possessive nouns answer the question, who owns it? Next, we have pronouns. Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns so we don't repeat the same word too often. Instead of saying, Maria is kind, Maria is my friend, Maria is helpful, we can say, Maria is kind. She is my friend. She is helpful. The word she is a pronoun that replaces Maria. Personal pronouns refer to specific people or things. For example, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. If I say, they are playing, the pronoun they could mean my friends or classmates. Pronouns also change depending on where they are in the sentence. I becomes me, he becomes him, she becomes her. For example, she helped me. Demonstrative pronouns point to something specific. We use this and these for things that are near, and that and those for things that are far. For example, this is my pencil means it's close to me. That is your bag means it's farther away. These are my shoes for near plural, and those are stars for far plural. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask questions. For example, who is at the door? Refer to people when asking questions or referring to them in a statement. What is your favorite color? Determiner to ask for information about things or actions. Which book do you like? Ask a question when the options are limited. Whose bag is this? Show possession or ownership, asking to whom, or of whom, something belongs, or to introduce a clause about a person or thing that possesses something. These pronouns help us ask about people, things, and ownership. Verbs are action words. They tell us what someone is doing, like run, sing, jump, eat. But verbs can also show a state of being, like is, am, are. For example, she runs every morning shows action. He is happy shows a state of being. Every complete sentence needs a verb. Action verbs show what someone or something is doing. Run, play, write, swim, dance. For example, the boy plays basketball. The teacher writes on the board. These verbs make sentences lively because they show action. Linking verbs or helping verbs come before action verbs to give more meaning. For example, she is running. The word is helps the main verb running. Other helping verbs are am, are, was, were, will, can. I am studying. They were talking. We will eat later. Helping verbs help us show time and possibility. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. For example, the cat sleeps. That's a sentence because it tells us who and what. But the cat alone is not a sentence, because it doesn't tell us what the cat is doing. There are 4 types of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Each type has a special purpose. Let's look at them one by one. A declarative sentence tells us something. It makes a statement. For example, the sun is bright. I like ice cream. These sentences end with a period. They are the most common type of sentence. An interrogative sentence asks a question. For example, what is your name? Or where are you going? These sentences always end with a question mark. An imperative sentence gives a command or a request. For example, please sit down. Close the door. Do your homework. These sentences may end with a period or sometimes an exclamation mark if it's a strong command. An exclamatory sentence shows strong feeling or excitement. For example, wow, that's amazing. I can't believe it. These sentences always end with an exclamation mark. They show surprise, joy, or strong emotion. Every sentence has two main parts, the subject and the predicate. The subject tells us who or what the sentence is about. The predicate tells us what the subject does or is. For example, in the dog runs fast, the dog is the subject, and runs fast is the predicate. Now let's move to vocabulary. Vocabulary means the words we know and use. The more words we know, the better we can express ourselves. We can build vocabulary by reading, listening, and practicing every day. Synonyms are words that have the same or similar meanings. For example, big and large mean the same thing. Other examples: happy equals joyful, fast equals quick, smart equals intelligent. Using synonyms makes our writing more interesting. Antonyms are words with opposite meanings. For example, hot and cold. Other examples: up does not equal down, happy does not equal sad, near does not equal far. Knowing antonyms helps us describe things more clearly. Let's use synonyms and antonyms in sentences. The girl is happy means the same as the girl is joyful. But if we say the house is big and the house is small, those are opposites. Practicing with sentences helps us understand better. Context clues help us figure out the meaning of a new word by looking at the other words around it. For example, the arid desert, which is very dry, has little rain. Even if we don't know the word arid, the phrase very dry helps us understand. That's using context clues. Another example: she was famished, or very hungry, after the long trip. The words are very hungry explain what famished means. Authors often give hints like this, and we just need to pay attention to understand the meaning. Compound words are made when two words are joined together to form a new word. For example, sun plus flower equals sunflower. The new word has a meaning of its own. Compound words are fun and easy to spot once you start looking for them. Let's look at more examples. Basket plus ball equals basketball. Note plus book equals notebook. Tooth plus brush equals toothbrush. Each one is made up of two smaller words, but together they make a new meaning. Here are some compound words in sentences. I play basketball every weekend. She writes in her notebook. He brushes his teeth with a toothbrush. By seeing them in sentences, we understand how they're used. Let's review. Nouns name people, places, things, or ideas. Pronouns replace nouns so we don't repeat too much. Verbs show action or state of being. These three parts of speech are the foundation of grammar. Sentences can be declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. And every sentence has a subject and a predicate. The subject tells us who or what, and the predicate tells us what they do. Vocabulary helps us say more and understand more. Synonyms are words with similar meanings, antonyms are opposites, context clues help us guess meanings, and compound words join two words to make one. Grammar and vocabulary work together. Grammar gives us rules for building sentences, and vocabulary gives us the words to use. Together, they help us communicate clearly and confidently. Remember, the more you practice, the better you will become at English.